The Witcher to be as successful as The Lord of the Rings? Well, The Lord of the Rings has been around for a lot longer. There are more people that have built up. You are setting expectations you're not going to hit. And based on that, because you have that mentality and you know, deep down, you know you'll never hit that, right? That would be like if I tried to get as many viewers on Twitch as Asmongold. That ain't going to happen, Hoss. I know that ain't going to happen. And because of that, I get so demoralized that I just do whatever I want anyway, right? Because you're never going to hit that standard. You're never going to have that amount of viewers, so you fall off, right? It's that I'm not going to get what I want, so fuck everything anyway, right? You audience blame. That's not how you become successful, bro. That would be like if YouTube started suppressing me and I blamed you guys. That doesn't even make any sense. So somehow the Rings of Power hath returned.
Us that if a nuclear apocalypse were ever to happen, there are only 3 things on this earth that are persistent enough to survive the radioactive
roaches. By the way, I stuck a roach into a microwave, and I can confirm the microwave didn't do anything to the roach. So I believe it.
fires of annihilation, cockroaches, Darkside Phil, and the Rings of Power, a show that seems to be lumbering on in the face of plummeting ratings, scathing reviews, fan mockery, and worldwide condemnation through nothing more than sheer bloody-minded determination.
Rocks are sinky because they look down.
I heard that the Rings of Power was so bad, bro.
To darkness. Boats float because they look up at shiny sky. Do you get it?
Such is the cultural black hole that's formed around it, I'd almost
Yo, I'm literally making the exact same face.
forgotten that Rings of Power was even a thing. I'd almost managed to purge warrior girl boss who don't take no shit Guy Ladriel, femboy.
Bro, girl boss is so stupid. This is so stupid, bro. Every time I hear girl boss, I think of this. This is what I think of when I hear girl boss.
So, I saw this. You have to watch.
Gen Z boss enemy.
Bad things really are.
Gen Z boss enemy. Gen Z boss enemy. Itty bitty titties and a ball. Itty bitty titties and a ball. 5'3" and an attitude. 5'3" and an attitude. Secret product in the trench. Secret product in the trench.
You got all this time to sit here and make TikToks. Like, what the fuck, bro? That's what I think of whenever I think of girl boss.
Romance, the nonsensical battle scenes, the complete butchering of the story's lore and chronology.
If I'm not mistaken, that company went under, by the way. That company went under big time.
The corporate DEI reimagining of Middle-earth from my memory. It took a bit of work, of course, but I had some help along the way, believe me.
Yes, sir.
Then the trailer for Season 3 came out, and it hit me. Oh yeah, they're still making this thing, aren't they?
Oh god, oh
Never in the scope of human endeavor was so little accomplished by so
what is even the goal of this show? What is even the goal?
many with so much. It really is the most expensive show that shouldn't be on TV. But hey, just like that post-Vindaloo turd you've been desperately trying to hold in, it's coming no matter what, so we might as well meet this horror head on. The season picks up 5 years after the events of Season 2, where Sauron masterminded... Wait, is that the word I'm looking for? Out-retarded Celebrimbor into forging the Rings of Power and manipulated the orcs into sacking Eregion, a process that actually took about 100 years in the lore, but the show helpfully condensed into a few weeks because fuck it, am I right, boys?
Morning, Ralph. How you doing this morning, Ralph?
Anyway, now that the Rings of Power have been created and handed out to the peoples of Middle-earth, Sauron and his wig have turned their attention to forging one ring to rule them all in the fires of Mount Doom. Meanwhile, Guy Ladriel and her ethnically diverse band of elves set out to discover what the hell he's up to.
Yeah, that's right. The new season has like an orc that's supposed to be working with an elf. And dude, like, they've managed to piss off so many people.
And this time around, they've got a new friend to help them out. I just fucking can't with this show, man. What are we even doing here anymore?
Because, like, in the lore of the Lord of the Rings, right? There's no way in hell an orc would ever work with an elf because orcs are just evil, right? That's their thing. They're just super evil.
As if the gosh darn orc families from season 2 weren't bad enough, now we have to suffer through it.
Is he having to censor? He's having to censor curse words too. That's crazy, bro. YouTube is so cooked, guys. Y'all have no idea. I was up until 11 last night, uploading videos to every single platform. I even started uploading videos to TikTok.
Orc sidekick.
Until 11, bro. Until 11 o'clock last night, I was up uploading videos.
For the whole season.
Why?
I mean, why in the name of a Balrog's molten arsehole did they think this was a good idea?
That's so sick, by the way. The
Why in the name
Balrog,
of a
oh my
Balrog's
god,
molten
dude, that thing looks so sick.
arsehole did they think this was a good idea? These beings of
I could watch a movie that was literally, like, how long was I keep wanting to call it Dumbledore, but it's not. Oh man, what's his name? How many days did the wizard fight the Balrog? I would love to see a movie like that. Just non-stop action the entire film. Bro, they could make that shit like 4 hours and I'd watch that.
pure evil that exist only to fight and kill and destroy are now anti-heroes we're supposed to identify with?
Keep your full tongue behind your teeth.
You know, I'm
Gandalf,
reasonably
Gandalf.
convinced if you hooked up a dynamo to Tolkien's grave right now, you'd be able to power the entire fucking universe with how fast it's spinning. That being said, from a purely character point of view, this
Oh
dude-
yeah, no, YouTube heavily suppresses free speech. YouTube doesn't believe in amendments. They're trying to
might
make
actually
their
end
own
up being
country.
the most likable
You know what I'm
member
saying?
of the trio. I mean, it's not like he's got much
No, not their own country. They're trying to make their own government within a country.
competition with the world's most insufferable girl
I think we should take a look at that Section 230.
boss on one side and this god-awful plank of wood on the other.
You have not seen what I have seen.
It's nice that the writers finally remembered that Celeborn exists, though.
But they're not just suppressing any kind of free speech. They're suppressing our free speech. There's a difference.
Galadriel's husband and a major figure in the history of Middle
Big
Earth who was
difference.
mysteriously absent for the first 2 seasons so that Galadriel could shake off the shackles of the elf patriarchy and be her own woman. Tell me, how did that work out for you guys?
Probably not very well.
You know, it's so funny watching these hapless retards desperately trying to bend Tolkien's highly traditional, classical
Where is Tolkien? Does he not have a say in this at all?
narrative around the demands of modern-day identity politics, hitting the brick wall of reality over and over again, then finally throwing their hands up and saying, fine, we'll bring him back then, but she's not going to be subordinate to him, okay? Yeah, sure guys, whatever helps you sleep at night, I guess. Oh yeah, and the Nazgul are in this season as well, which is pretty interesting because they're not actually meant to show up in this form until about 500 years later. But that's okay because who even pretends to give a fuck about the lore at this point? Just get some recognizable stuff from the movies in there as quick as you can, any way you can. Anything to get people interested in this absolute shit show. If I had to describe what the Rings of Power really is to Tolkien's work, I'd say it's like if someone tried to make a TV show about the complete history.
It's a perversion of the original work. And you know what's crazy is that Tolkien, I guarantee you, is under some sort of like gag order or like NDA, so he's not allowed to say negative things about the actual show. But I guarantee you that he has very minimal role to play in the creation of the Rings of Power, I would say. I hope that the new Lord of the Rings film that's going to be coming out is going to be good, because if not, this might be another flopperooski like Star Wars is now. So,
History of
who knows?
World War II,
All we can
but
do
the
is
whole
wait and
thing
see.
gets condensed into about 3 weeks.
Morning,
Hitler
Chud.
and
Morning,
Churchill
Rachel.
had a brief but passionate love
Tolkien is
affair
dead.
before
I didn't
going
know
to
that.
war.
I didn't know Tolkien was dead. Is he dead? That would explain a lot. Is Tolkien dead? I didn't know that. He died. Oh, wow. Yeah, he died a while ago, didn't he? 1973! Wow. Oh, so that makes a lot of sense. So they're doing exactly what they did to Marvel. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. That's all right. Yep.
with each other and personally leading their
I didn't know
armies
that,
on the
guys.
front.
I'm sorry. I had no idea. I didn't read any of the books, so I'm not like... I watch the movies, and I love the movies. I should probably read the books.
Lines. The Japanese dropped an atom bomb on Pearl Harbor in San Francisco Bay. The US Army was about 50% female, and a Puerto Rican Stalin would use his smartphone to order an air assault on Berlin with Apache attack helicopters. It is fucking baffling. It's a complete bastardization of the source material on such a scale that I genuinely can't tell if it's malicious subversion or just pure unfettered retardation.
After the first season, here's the thing, is that it's not... I think it's malicious because after the first season, if you take all the feedback that they got for the actual show in the first season, and they didn't alter it or change its style for the second season, then I think it's malicious at this point. It's you're gonna accept this woke slop being like thrown down your throat, whether you like it or not. It didn't work, so we're gonna force it anyway. And in a free marketplace of ideas, this will never work. It will never work.
Either way, the question I keep coming back to is,
Why?
I mean, it must have been painfully obvious after season 1 that their dream of capturing the pop culture zeitgeist and becoming the next Game of Thrones through sheer financial power was never gonna happen. By season 2, it was even more...
The reason why so many people watched Game of Thrones is because the books weren't even finished. They weren't done. Nobody knew how it was gonna end. It was the mystery of the show that made it so damn successful. Because of how often new characters would be introduced and killed off. The show sucked. It was garbage. Dude, they couldn't keep characters in it long enough because they all got killed off. And the ending for the show was terrible. From what I like. It was like, from what I understand, it was very unsatisfying. It's... Come on. Stop trying to reproduce something or like copy something that is successful. Try to do your own thing. And that's where Tolkien's work really kind of shines. And it's the same. It's not just the Lord of the Rings, right? It's the, like, for example, like, we want the Lord of the Rings to be as successful as The Witcher. Well, here's the thing. There are more people that will watch Tolkien's work, for example. Actually, it'd be the other way around. If we wanted The Witcher to be as successful as The Lord of the Rings, well, The Lord of the Rings has been around for a lot longer. There are more people that have built up. You are setting expectations you're not going to hit. And based on that, because you have that mentality and you know, deep down, you know you'll never hit that, right? That would be like if I tried to get as many viewers on Twitch as Asmongold. That ain't gonna happen, Hoss. I know that ain't gonna happen. And because of that, I get so demoralized that I just do whatever I want anyway, right? Because you're never going to hit that standard. You're never gonna have that amount of viewers, so you fall off, right? It's that I'm not gonna get what I want, so fuck everything anyway, right? You audience blame. That's not how you become successful, bro. That would be like if YouTube started suppressing me and I blamed you guys. That doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Clear that the show was in freefall, nobody was buying into it, and the only coverage it was getting was as an internet lolcow. So what the hell are we even doing now? We've got another massively expensive season of a failed show that would have been cancelled years ago if it was made by literally any other network. A weird little...
I want to make that very clear, by the way. Like, the TV shows are not a one-to-one to the book, obviously. I have heard that the books for Harry Potter... I didn't like Harry Potter, but I heard that the books for Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Game of Thrones are miles above the writing in the actual TV shows. I want to make that very clear. I should probably have said that long before I started, watching this, right? The books, if you read the books, they're probably 1,000 times better. In fact, I would guarantee you that the Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter are. I haven't really heard a lot of people read the Game of Thrones books, but I would imagine that they're way better.
Over from the early 2020s, when
typically
it really
that's the case,
like
right?
Boss-driven, HR diversity-approved reimaginings of classic properties for the modern audience were the future of entertainment. How did that work out for yous all? Amazon themselves seem to have lost faith in the show if their publicity and release schedule is anything to go by. The first 4 seasons are dropping all at once on the same day, like a gigantic...
I can see a future where Hollywood disperses. Now, this is probably like 100 years, right? And a platform like YouTube is where people start watching all of the content and TV shows. Because of the amount of ideology and wokeism that's trying to be pushed through all these TV shows, individual content creators are probably going to be more successful than a lot of these shows.
post...
It's going to be just like legacy media and people like Asmongold. Like, Asmongold is going to say it like it is, and legacy media is going to get paid to say something else.
Taco Bell turd plopping
It'll
into
be the exact
toilet bowl
same.
with such force that you end up with the sudden chilling...
They are systemically killing Hollywood. They are.
Splashback in your nether regions, I guess, to bump up the number of minutes watched for that first week. Looking at the release date, it's actually going to be a nightmare for the open bar gang because we're going to have to get through 4 entire episodes of this shite in 2 days.
And here's the kicker, is that no amount of suppression is going to stop this. If you suppress people, or you, from what I've heard allegations that the Odyssey's scores on Rotten Tomato are completely false. Like, even the popcorn meter, right, is cooked. And so, like, the issue is that no amount of suppression will change that. It will only become more and more worse. You can't tell somebody that this hoodie is black, right? And then immediately take their voice away whenever they correct you and say that it's silver. What they're gonna do is leave. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna leave. They're gonna ignore you. They're gonna completely find somewhere else to go. Like this, for example, the amount of suppression on YouTube is making me go to other platforms. And you know what? If I'm doing it, what do you think the likelihood is that other content creators are doing it as well? They are fueling their competition. The more rules and suppression of your freedom that you add to a platform, the less people are going to use it. Especially whenever the creators themselves are saying it's bullshit. You are cultivating the eventual loss of your growth, just like Twitch did. Just like Twitch is still doing. People are leaving platforms in mass and going to other platforms.
Didn't you consider...
But don't listen to me, right? Don't listen to me. I'm not the CEO that was selected to run the company. I'm just the person that uses it.
Me when you did this, Amazon. The showrunners themselves keep emphasizing that people can just jump right in with season 3 and don't need to have watched the previous seasons to understand it, which is good and all because hardly anyone did bother.
I think it's a good thing. I look forward to watching the ups and downs of YouTube. That's why I am now cultivating audiences on other platforms. Like I said, I was up until 11 last night uploading videos to TikTok, YouTube. I'm uploading videos to TikTok now. Rumble and X. So all I can say is good luck YouTube, because as soon as I start making money on other platforms, shit, they cook, man. That's the goal. That's the goal for the rest of this year, is to try to cultivate enough money from other platforms, or grow enough audience members on other platforms on top of YouTube and draw people to YouTube at some but the goal is to try and get monetized on all the platforms. I was monetized on TikTok, but they're a bunch of pussies over there. Like, they're really, like, they're really like captured by like Democrats and liberals. It's insane.
Watch them, but it also kind of reeks of desperation at this point. Please, just watch our show. We know it sucked until now, but we're doing better, okay? Well, it's not okay. With something as big and important as Lord of the Rings, you only get one chance to make a first impression, and Rings of Power already blew their ring big time. I guess they'll keep soldiering on grimly towards that 5-season arc like they promised, because Amazon can afford to blow all the money they want on stuff like this, but I don't imagine they'll win many people over with it. In the end, Tolkien himself said it best. Evil cannot create anything new. They can only corrupt and ruin what good forces have invented or made.
Yeah. It's because they own the
Keep
IP.
that in mind, Amazon. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Yo, W Critical Drinker.